And we are back. This is Smoke and Mirrors, Rob, Dave, and Triz, episode 115. I'm pretty sure the start of my shit got cut off there. But you know what? We're rolling with it anyways. This is live fucking
Yeah,
radio, peoples.
fucking Riverside count. It's recording from the countdown. I swear it is.
So, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I swear,
uh,
man.
Sick
This is
bastard.
it's like we're going on 1, 2, 3, and they're 1, 2, 3 go.
I know.
badly.
Bastards.
We got some, we're going to hit you with some of the biggest news that we found, scoured the web for it. You know, kind of slow news week, but
Yeah.
at the end of it, we got The Last of Us episode 2, which was kind of fire. But we're gonna break down our thoughts on that too. How you guys living?
Yeah, good. Happy
Good.
Australia Day.
Yeah, happy straight, eh?
Hmm.
But no, it was as good. I was living like a fucked up hangover for a bit, but now I'm good. But that's because I was just mixing. I went from like a vodka orange to a beer to a bourbon and coke to a beer.
I was went full on scumbag.
Yeah, I went dirty stomach and everything. Pause.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was good. I'm doing fantastically well.
Excellent.
How you living there, dog? You good?
I was good, man. I was hit the beach today. Had a little beach day with the fam. Burnt, red as a lobster. So that's why I wore the red shirt just to cover it up. You know?
Did those hit the SPF or no?
Yeah. Or did I?
Probably didn't. The boys probably did. You didn't.
Nah.
I never do.
Nah.
I'm
I
trying
usually
to
just
get a
take the
tan.
burn and go.
Yeah. Like I just never do because I don't really burn like that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that
You know
South
what?
African skin just
it's different.
tough as leather.
I burn. My shit goes like full liquid, like cheesy pizza and shit.
Jesus.
But you know what I've noticed in my older years? I'm burning straight to the scalp. It'll burn straight through my head.
What you need to do now is shave, actually.
Oh
Once you
man.
shave, you look like the biggest degenerate.
You know, I was just wearing a mesh hat as well, so it
Oh,
just looked
fuck.
like I had them shits tattooed on, like that Cheeto, you know, that red hot Cheeto fashion icon that's come up
Yeah.
recently.
What do you call it? You look like Tom Hardy when he took the mask off after shooting.
Yeah.
Oh man. But moving into our articles for the week. So we got word from Tommy Wirkola that a sequel for Violent Night is actually in the works.
Hmm.
So they're currently doing all the press, you know, for the PVOD and the outlet release. And they were speaking, they were like, yep, it's definitely on the cards. We're just speaking with everyone, getting all of our affairs in order to actually get everything started. Now, the two writers, Pat Casey and Josh Miller, they're coming back to actually write this sequel as well.
Hmm.
And here's hoping. I don't know if Harbour's said anything, but if Harbour's back, that's on the set. That's excellent. But I've been thinking about it. Do you reckon they just go full Die Hard? Like, what if it's instead of Die Hard on a plane, it's Die Hard on a sleigh or some shit?
Maybe, but I was thinking that with the next one they'd go full world expansion. So
Yeah.
if Santa Claus is real, is the Easter Bunny real?
Yeah.
Mm.
Like is it the Rise of the Guardians and shit?
No, no, no,
They-
no. We don't want the Easter Bunny. We want El Petro Negro,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Black Peter,
or Krampus.
or Krampus. Can
Yeah.
you imagine? Yeah, can you imagine if Krampus is the one that sort of stole the family this time?
Yeah.
They have to out magic each other.
What
Oh,
if
he's trying to shut down Christmas.
Yeah.
what if the lists got switched between them? And then Krampus is actually taking all the good kids and he has to go get Krampus.
That'd actually be cool, but I hope Krampus isn't a bad guy. Because Krampus isn't a bad guy. You fuck around on Christmas. Speaking of Krampus, you know what I mean?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's not the that's like I'm just villainous.
Behind the cape the whole time.
He's doing a job. He's doing a job just like Santa. But that's mad though, because it would be a person, so he wouldn't be battling a thing. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be a beast or something.
Yeah.
And he would have to have like a Norse sort of background.
Yeah.
Fuck
That'd
yeah.
be cool. Yeah.
Even if it wasn't Norse and it was like, I don't know, German or something, like barbarian. Something
Oh,
like that.
shit. Yeah.
I'm excited for it, man. Violent Night was one of the sleepers of 2022.
Big
I
time.
didn't expect it. I thought it was gonna be like fantasy dog shit, like for kids and whatnot,
Yeah.
like a PG-13. But nah, they went like full hustler style with Violent Night, and I was
Yeah.
like, I was just for it.
Yeah.
It was the biggest surprise of the year for me.
Yeah,
Like nobody expected it because they never showed a fucking damn it. They never showed a rating
yeah.
throughout all of the trailer runs over here. It
Yeah.
always just said this film is still to be rated.
Hmm.
So me, I was like, oh yeah, it's a PG-13 movie. Like it's got Santa in there. Like can't be messing around with Santa.
Oh, how are you going to make Santa just violent as hell? It was perfect though. Even the trailers didn't let off that it was like,
No,
Yeah, they didn't
Not at
release
all.
no Red Band trailer.
no, they didn't.
Hmm.
I think they would have ruined it if they did a red band.
yeah.
Same, I think so too. I think it's like the he's like the second character to successfully stab someone.
Someone needs to take that Predator handshake of him and Happy Gilmore.
Badly. If you know, you know. Do it, AI. Do it.
But yeah, I'm excited for this.
Yep.
All right. So Ryan Coogler, fresh off the set of Black Panther 2 and the release of Black Panther 2. There's mad fireworks outside right now.
Yeah.
People's going crazy on this Australia Day. Yeah. So he's gearing up for a series this time over at Hulu, so still with Disney, about the Queen of Sheba, simply titled Sheba. Right? Now this, let's see. So it's going to be co-created by Chantel Wells. She did Echo and she did Yellow Jackets, which was fire. So this is going to explore the rise to power of the first queen of the continent of Africa, which now was called Ethiopia. And how she was able to unite the nations and the tribes and whatnot to make that, continent one of the richest kingdoms in the world, which is true. But, I mean, you had Mansa Musa out there, who's the richest man on the planet, whose GDP was estimated at $100 billion or something like that.
Jeez.
He was richer. He was richer than no. It's more than that. It's nearly $1 trillion just with gold, because he was richer than Elon and Bezos. Probably richer than they'll ever
shit
be.
on me.
Amazon in the US sells drugs now. So they will go, because the off-brand drugs, the generic versions of drugs.
Yeah.
Amazon can legally sell it now. So you can put your bloody script through Amazon and then get it filled, but the drugs that you're getting it filled with is a generic version, so the prices are way, way down.
Yeah. Is that Mark Cuban's
No,
company?
this is Amazon's one.
So
Mark
Amazon's
Cuban's
doing
one. Yeah, Mark Cuban's one is different.
Oh shit.
They just changed the game, B.
I like that. More power to
Shit.
the people. Keep
That's
the
it,
money
especially
in
in
their
the US.
pocket.
Yeah.
US was disgusting. US was disgusting with medicines. God damn. Go down to that pharmacy. It was
Where
bad.
was it? Where did we go? The CVS or whatever it is?
CVS, yeah. Went to the
Yeah.
CVS on like Van Nuys or something. And
Yeah.
it was like, $90 for the stuff that Brody usually gets over here for $18.
Yeah.
It was like,
Are you serious?
I'll just get the Tylenol for kids,
Hmm.
and then that'll treat his fevers. It's like, to get over a flu, an antibiotic costs you $100 American, US dollars.
It's
Yeah.
absolutely crazy, man. That's why
Yeah.
that people die like that over there, man.
That's right. Well, when they're doing that shit for insulin and stuff, like, disgusting. You know what I
Well,
mean?
they've capped insulin now. Yeah, Joe Byron capped insulin, so I think it's they only pay $30 now for
It
the insulin.
should have been capped.
Yeah, it should have
Cancer
been capped.
treatments, all that stuff. That's why people are living on the streets but still getting treated for like cancer and stuff. Disgusting.
Yeah.
That's scary shit.
Fucking hell.
Scary shit.
It's funny when you see all like the Simpsons shows and they're like, it's all right, we'll just take a second mortgage out on our home. And
Yeah.
how fucking relevant that shit is.
That's right. It's disgusting.
Far out.
So, moving on to some other scary shit.
Mm.
Well, it looks quite scary. Is the Dungeons and Dragons trailer 2 that we got.
Mm.
This one explains a bit more about the plot of the movie. We get the band that comes together that didn't want to come together. Pause. Because they inadvertently stole something, gave it to these red witches. These red witches are now going to bring upon the end of the world, and Hugh Grant's involved somehow.
Yes.
None of it looked entertaining to me personally. Nothing jumped out at me and said, "Hey," but I'm not a D&D player. I put the poll out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the response was meh. Some of it was like, "Read my comment." No comment. Why vote in the poll?
I don't know. Like D&D sounds exciting, but I really feel like you need to be like deep in those streets to really understand the nuances.
Yeah.
Like I got mates now who love D&D, like they're hooked. And they're doing like you need to have imagination for it as well. Because one of the boys is like, I'm making Hellboy as my character in D&D and shit like that. And I'm like, this is awesome. Like the theory of it is impeccable. It's amazing. But I don't want to sit here for 6 hours just making a character. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. It's too much choose your own adventure
And
in that
your
shit.
campaigns can go for like months even if you wanted it to. It's a lifelong commitment.
I'll watch the highlights on Stranger Things.
That's true.
Why was there never a hip hop song deep in the D&D? Know what I mean? Could have been hard, but there's no like hard thugs.
I don't think anyone really wanted to admit to being D&D fans back in the day.
Badly. This is true. This is very, very true. But yeah, nothing about that trailer kind of entices me, except Roger Jean Page, who like I'm liking seeing in this light, and you know, I want to see him like some action stuff.
Just
Bond?
not Bond. No,
not
Bond.
Not Bond, and none of that bullshit like sneaky like henchman type shit from the Gray Man.
Yeah.
Is it Reggie or is it Reggie? Because I call him Reggie, my friend.
If there's anyone I want to see more of, it's that other guy in the Gray Man, the Indian dude that he contracts out to take out Gosling.
Yeah,
that guy's cool.
This guy's just frozen.
I know, that kind of scared me because it was just loud until.
I'm back. All I said was these Indian motherfuckers coming up.
Yeah.
Between Extraction and the Gray Man.
They're not coming up though. If you go to India, that guy's probably like the biggest star in India. We just haven't heard of him.
That's true. He was probably like Rawan's brother or something. You know what I mean? Like he was there.
Money.
In the movies that we watch, yeah.
But now we got Christoph Waltz, and he's back for a movie called Old Guy. And this is all about him, where he's this contract killer. And, you know, he's getting a bit long in the tooth, but he still considers himself to be the best at what he does.
I love it.
What a bad.
But the company that he works for have now asked him to, like, you know, train up this other guy who's like this prodigy assassin named Wilborg. But then with them, like, you know, going on their missions to try and take out these big cabinet members, he starts finding out the plan is to actually assassinate all of the old guard. But then him and Wilborg start, like, you know, working together to get back at him. So it's going to be like that buddy cop type of movie, but it's Waltz though. So I reckon this is going to be excellent. But I'm also seeing what's his name from Green Hornet, Bludnovsky.
Yeah, badly.
You know how much I
Bludnovsky
paid for this gun?
and Dr. Schultz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, this sounds really cool. So we got Simon West directing. And then we got Greg Johnson doing the script.
Westy.
I know. Simo, mate.
This is weird that Simon West was probably here when he was shooting bloody what's his face? I think they shot some of Tomb Raider here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Simon Westy. All right, so Robert Kirkman, the super producer and all that, Star Trek, Transformers, anything Hasbro, to be honest. He's come out and he's been talking about because Invincible 2 is finally dropping after 2 years, the second season. It's fine. So talk went to the Invincible movie that's supposedly going to get made, right? So he said like the movie is getting there. They're still scripting and all that sort of stuff, and you know it's gonna be underway soon, hopefully. It just takes longer to get the movie right than it does to get the show right. Which is true. I mean, you're trying to fit all that story into an hour, 2 hours.
True.
It's hard.
What do you call it? When I was reading through this again, the first thing that came to mind is that this is probably what Guardians Volume 2 should have been. And after rewatching Guardians 2, I was like, this would have been perfect for it.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
I still haven't watched Invincible.
Invincible is fire, dog.
I really liked Invincible.
But would you just get JK to play Omni-Man?
Yes.
He's
Have
in
you
the
seen
shape.
the man lately?
I saw him on what's that Chris Pratt movie? The Tomorrow War?
Yeah.
He is big, man.
He's bigger than Chris Pratt in that movie.
He is. He really is outgunning the Pratt there.
His shoulders look like those shoulder guards that you have on armor. He is big, man.
That's why I was excited when he was cast as Gordon. I was like, this is perfect.
Yeah.
Like his Gordon would have been so different.
Yeah.
And I will never ever get to see that Gordon.
Yeah.
No. Nah.
He would still clap everyone.
So Alden Ehrenreich, who played Han Solo in the Han Solo movie, Solo, has come out recently. He was doing an interview. And he said, hey, I don't think it would ever happen, but I'd be up for playing Solo again. We had never, until this point, gotten a confirmation from him to say he'd love to do it. It's always been everyone around him, Lawrence Kasdan, the rest of the gang kind of doing their thing and saying, hey, we were contracted for a sequel, but it's like an option that Lucasfilm has. But now the man, Ehrenreich, actually came out and said he'd do another one, which I personally like the idea of him as Solo.
Yeah,
I like that movie. I thought it held promise. I think the sequels would have been awesome, especially with Darth Maul coming in there.
Oh man,
at the end, and then the Kira also, the betrayal there. Lot to work through.
Yeah.
I like what he says in the in that article where he, like, at the end of the movie is when he only really becomes Han. You know what I mean? And I thought about it and I was like, that is true, because he's only Han at the end there.
Yeah.
It's a missed opportunity there, man.
Badly. But I wish they could pick it up in a show.
Yeah.
Just get rid of all the bullshit that we've been seeing in the Star Wars show. A lot of bloat sometimes. Just get to the adventures.
Yeah.
Every episode should just be a new fucking adventure, man. That's what it should be. Him being a smuggler. Just getting into adventures.
True.
That's right.
Because from what I was reading, like, this was meant to be 2 other films as well. And it would have been fucking on point.
Mm.
I would have been so down for this.
Fuck yeah. Same. I would have. I don't think people like the idea of him as Solo
Mm.
more than his actual performance. I think people judged it before they even watched the movie.
Hmm.
That's probably the sad thing about all of it is that people gave up before they even gave it a chance.
Yeah.
It was also because we got that Frankenstein mess of Ron Howard and Phil Lord and that. You know what I mean? I think if
Yeah.
they had just left Phil Lord and who's the other?
Gordon Miller.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lord and Miller, like to their own devices and just let them do the movie they wanted to do, I think the fans would have enjoyed it more.
I think so too.
We've seen what they can do with a property over at Sony when they handled bloody Spider-Man and gave us the best Spider-Man movie we've ever seen
That's right.
Yeah.
to this day.
To this day.
Mm.
Well, I think they would have leaned more into that quirky side of Han. But that's the balance. That is Han.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not just serious, you know what I mean? Like he doesn't have all the cards.
Yeah. He's literally flying by the seat of his pants.
Yeah.
He's never ever got a plan.
Yeah. I
That's
think
what I
that's what
love
we would have
about
got.
Han.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like naturally, as a smuggler, you got to have like, some charm about you
Mm.
because you talk yourself out of situations if you're not like, fighting. And that's how it just works. And that's the perfect like fit for Solo as well. There were so many good parts of this movie that really came out. Like even Donald Glover as Lando, I liked.
Mm.
Yeah. Same.
That whole Kessel run, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me my Solo.
It's going to come out that all those best bits, just like Snyder's Justice League, are the bits that Phil that Lord and Miller did.
Yep.
And then the other bits that are just shit are going to be the ones that what's his face did.
Howard.
Lord and Miller originally had Darth Maul. He was going to be what's his face's character already. What's his name? Vision.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was going to be Vision. He was going to be in there from the start already, man.
Which would have been sick. Especially if they like teased him until like the midway point and then the reveal came and then there was the eventual fight.
Yeah.
Which they did with his character in anyway, right? You don't really get to see him until the end.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's just it's missed opportunities there.
Yeah.
Badly.
I don't know.
Lucasfilm now.
It's
Missed opportunity.
it's like the perfect timepiece as well, like period for the Star Wars universe too. Because you can look into other stuff within that time period as well. If you did it as a show, be so good.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You've got Obi-Wan alive. You've got some Jedi sprinkled throughout the galaxies.
Mm.
He says in the what's his face that he doesn't believe in the Force. In episode 4, he doesn't believe in the Force. Like he's never seen it, and he doesn't believe in all that hokey mumbo jumbo. I think he calls it.
Yeah.
So he must have encountered it somewhere.
Yeah.
Already. He's seen it. He's seen what's happened. And maybe one of his friends was a Jedi that died and said he could protect him and all this sort of stuff. Or Han gave him up, one of the two. But yeah, like he's
True.
I'm just seeing this Jedi getting hauled away and him like screaming at her. You'll pay for this, Solo. You'll pay for this.
What do you call it? They also never really explained how what's her name? Targaryen? Daenerys? Emilia Clarke? How she knows the Jedi hand-to-hand combat as well. Terrace Kasi? Yeah. Cussing me out.
Yeah. That's why it makes so much sense that Darth Maul be that guy.
Yeah.
I don't know that fucker's name.
Yeah. It's like Titan Uranus or something.
Yeah. Uranus.
Just remind me of what's F is for family. This is Principal Vagina. No relation. need to find his damn name. Where are you? Paul Dryden Voss. That's his name.
Yeah.
See? That was close.
Dryden Voss water. I can dig it.
Dry Gen False water.
Maybe you want to go for a little blow and go. Alrighty. So the Madonna biopic that had been planned since 2020 already.
Yeah.
It's officially been chucked in the bin. They're done with this now. So the whole idea was that, even Madonna was on board. She wanted to set up her journey from beginning to now. But yeah, it's completely out the window. They assume that because the cancellation comes just moments before her 2023 tour, that's probably why it's just on hiatus permanently now.
Yeah. Probably get a bigger payday from the tour than the movie.
Oh man. An unbelievable payday. It's like $100 million.
Yeah.
Madonna was going to direct this one, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And she co-wrote it.
Yeah. Maybe it's a good thing.
I have no doubt that is the best thing in the world for this biopic. Put it out as biography.
Do you know what would be bad? If they just said, fuck this, we're doing this movie anyway. And they just got Guy Ritchie to do it.
Can
the
you
ultimate
imagine?
revenge.
You just cast fucking Emma Roberts.
Far.
The old British bird. It's like, but sing it in your Cockney accent. Like a virgin.
I went the complete opposite route. I was like, and now playing Madonna is Adam Driver. With that luscious hair that he has in that movie. Forget which one. It would be good soup.
That was a method actor. He would do the most. Adam Driver would be doing the most as Madonna.
Yeah, he would. He could probably do it too, I got to tell you.
That was like a horse galloping around.
Yeah.
I've seen that fucking ad when he's actually running with the horse. He looks like a horse. Just like running in the fucking desert
and run.
I think he gets up off the ground. And he's like,
she does those big gallops like Sly.
Oh, God. That's that old horse that needs to be put down.
It's like he's trying to use his headbutts to just force momentum to go faster.
Just didn't help. Did not help. You old fly. Anyway, so news is getting ready to shoot very, very soon. So it's going to be as soon as 2 weeks. Now, the reason is that it's not shooting right now is they decided, hey, we like this Paul Mescal guy. He kind of looks like Rusty. You might just have to put on a bit more weight. We're going to wait for him to finish his performance of A Streetcar Named Desire. He's going to finish out, and then he's going to come shoot Gladiator with us in 2 weeks. So Ridley Scott is on board. In the next year, we will have a new Gladiator movie.
that's wild.
Which sounds weird, huh?
It does sound weird.
It feels a bit weird.
20 years and then next year you're going to get a new Gladiator movie. Not that I wanted one. I didn't need another Gladiator movie. I don't know who did.
We never needed one. It makes no sense.
They never built the movie with the sequel in mind.
That's right. There was so much finality.
Yeah.
He was dead, man. Rome's a republic. The what's his face is safe. I watched it not too long ago. That's why I remember all this. The Lucius is safe. The queen is safe.
Mhm.
Like, what do you want?
Yeah.
We're
What
all
else can
tied
you
off
do?
here.
It feels like those memes from like a year or two ago where it's just everyone, we don't need a Gladiator sequel, and then it's just Guy Ritchie, but it's that dude holding that lady's eyes open in Bird Box.
Ugh.
When I first heard that they were making a Gladiator 2, I just had the biggest weebays on them.
Yeah.
It's like, what
Like,
the fuck for?
How? But remember, we heard about this not too long after the first one came out.
Mm.
Ridley Scott wants to make a sequel. How? It's going to be about Gladius's fight through what's his face, Elysium, all the way to heaven. It's like, I don't want to see that movie.
Yeah, that's a totally different movie. That's like, you know,
That's
those
God of War.
Yeah, that is God
Hammer
of War.
movies.
That is
Those
a
Hammer movies that like
Yeah.
they make on the side, like Gigantodon and shit.
That's what that is. And then we heard, hey, Nick Cave has got a really good script. Nick Cave
I know.
writing Gladiator? Is he going to shoot it out in the outback as well? No, we don't want that either.
On my signal.
I know.
Unleash hell again, mate. Unleash L.
I swear they just told him to speak in his normal accent because there's some things that he says in there. He sounds so Aussie.
Yeah. But what was
Either
he in
way.
there? Was he Greek born? Was he like, what was he?
He's supposed to be Italian. Like, how does that work?
Mi
His bloody
dispiace.
farm is just outside of Rome. But it's weird because they call him Spaniard in there, right?
Yeah.
Which to me makes no sense. He's got Spanish horses. I understand that. But they call him Spaniard.
Just off the drip.
Yeah. I think because they see the writing, they see the what's his face tattoo.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I wish I had a chest plate like that with the shoulder guards and shit.
Yeah.
It makes you look so jacked.
Yeah.
Can you?
There's a nice pair of arms there.
Yeah.
You could exclusively only wear that in winter, though. Imagine how hot you'd get in like just the dead of summer with that metal.
I expected like I expected like those sweat, you know, those sweat jerseys where they just lift the bottom and all the sweat just runs out.
But yeah, we'll see how it is. I'm gonna need to see a trailer for this because, like, Ridley's been taking L's these last couple
Yeah, I was gonna say
the motherfucking nose.
the fall of the House of Usher was a big if for me.
House of Gucci?
House of Gucci, fall of House of Usher's the different one. Sorry.
That's the Flanagan.
Yeah, that's the
Flanagan.
fire.
Yeah.
My bad. Sorry, Mr. Flanagan. Please sign me. Please sign us.
Oil your bald head.
It was before that, supposedly. It was like since Prometheus, that man hasn't had a hit.
That's right.
Yeah.
Not even the All the Money in the World was a hit. It bombed. Bad.
Yeah. But was that like boycotts included?
No, there was no reason to boycott. There was no Kevin Spacey in there. I think if they had kept Kevin Spacey in there, that movie would have generated a whole lot of money.
Especially if that performance was fire. Can you imagine if his performance just
would have been
You know it was.
Killed everything?
Yeah.
He never phones it in.
No.
You got this other actor come in to do a role that Spacey's been bloody make-up for and everything. And this guy gets to come in on the day and just do it? Nah, son. That performance is going to be good. We know for a fact that Spacey was probably killing this shit.
Yeah.
He's coming off House of Cards, all the accolades from there, to come into this movie and be Getty? Nah. You would probably want a fucking Oscar for this one.
Yeah. 100%. Can you imagine if him and Daniel Day-Lewis just had impromptu monologue offs? That was like, you know, the strength of your acting skill was the monologue off. Fuck
Daniel
it
Day
up.
would
That's
win.
wild.
Ah, Daniel Day would kill it. And if
Daniel
I
Day
put
would
a
be like,
straw,
And now for Last of the Mohicans, he just pulls out the axe and knife.
I see him just slap the wig on Spacey and then do the whole speech behind the waterfall.
He would. But then he'd break into that butcher and then start crying and then just smile like that. And then Spacey would just implode.
The time space continuum would just open and just suck in
Get
the
out of
pause.
boy.
All right.
Hats off, Gary.
Speaking of actors and their night of nights, so the nominees for the 2023 Oscars were announced.
The unfortunately slap-free 2023 Oscars.
Yeah, actually. Don't know. There might be some flying kicks or some shit. If someone goes up, it just like Miyagi crane kicks someone.
Kiyu Kwan or whatever his name is going to go wild. He's going to like break that wood from the desk.
That's wild.
You see him just beat someone up, and then the tagline is "They felt everything everywhere all at once."
Everything everywhere all at once, leading the pack there. We got massive nominations for Banshees of Inisherin. The Best Picture nominees are kind of says it all. It's a mixed bag there. We got All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, which is a big surprise for me. I didn't expect Avatar to get on anything except for the technical achievements. Banshees, Elvis, another big surprise for me. Just in terms of how well the movie actually was. I don't think it hit the notes that it desired to hit.
No.
Everything Everywhere All at Once. The Fablemans is there. Fablemans for me was one half excellent, one half a bit missed, but a lot of people have been on Fableman's dick. Maybe it's the beard. Tar as well. Kate Blanchett, this is the one that Scorsese said like got his blood flowing in all the right directions. Top Gun Maverick, which I thought was just a definite snub there. I thought that would have been like, too popular, too like, on the nose and popcorn for my liking. So the Academy does not recognize, and they just turn their back on them like the Kokorukai in Bloodsport. That isn't happening. Triangle of Sadness, which I have no idea what the fuck this is. I'm probably just uncultured.
No, it's probably just some art house movie to make white people feel bad.
Yeah.
Usually what kind of wins, to be honest.
It's like the dramatic enema.
Yeah.
And then Women Talking. And I am an ally. And I don't say that lightly. But I don't know what this movie is either. But I wish you all the best in your endeavors.
Isn't Women Talking that one with about the Me Too? That was She Said.
Yeah.
Right. This is the one that's directed by that chick from What's His Face, though.
Didi Gardner?
Land of the Dead. What's the one? Day of the Dead? Dawn of the Dead? The remake?
The
chick from Go?
Oh, shit.
Polly?
Sarah Polly.
Sarah Polly. She directed that movie. It's her first movie.
Oh, yeah.
It's supposed to be really good.
That Triangle of Sadness, it's about a celebrity couple that goes on this super rich cruise. Like they're a model couple. But Woody Harrelson's in there. I don't know. It sounds like The Menu, but for models.
I like The Menu. I thought The Menu was a good flick.
I might watch The Menu tonight, actually.
Menu's fire.
There's a cheeseburger in there that I want to try.
Yeah. I actually made burgers after that. That flows on to directing, actress in the leading role. Even though Ana de Armas got nominated for a Razzie, she's still up for an Oscar here, which I like. Michelle Williams, Michelle Yeoh, Kate Blanchett, Andrea Riseborough, all fire. Austin Butler is having the year of his life. Big nomination there. Best actor. Colin Farrell's my pick there. Brendan Fraser, of course. Paul Mescal Gladiator,
Oh wow!
Paul Mescal. Yep.
Can you imagine
Yep.
if he wins the Oscar? You know who's going to win the Oscar though? Yeah,
Who?
Bill. Bill Nye is going to win the Oscar.
For living.
Mm-hmm.
Living. We'll see. Avatar, of course, in the visual effects category. Top Gun Maverick is my pick for this. I know that seems weird, but considering that they did everything practical, that just makes sense. All Quiet on the Western Front, they've been pushing that effects ticket a lot as well. I see trailers all over Twitter. Animated feature film, we got GDT's Pinocchio, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On, which everyone talks about, but I have no fucking idea what's happening. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, which apparently people are saying is like Attack on Titan, and I've seen the animation and it is fucking fire. Netflix's The Sea Beast and Turning Red. Cinematography, yeah, I mean Deacons is up. My man Deke is up for Empire of Light, Sam Mendes' new piece. Original song. Weirdly, The Weeknd isn't there, but Lift Me Up by Rihanna is up there. With lyrics from Thames, Ryan Coogler, and Ludwig Göransson, which I was happy about. Göransson did he was mean on that. Mean. Actor in a supporting role, I think, is the most that's going to be the toughest choice because this is a wild lineup. We got Brendan Gleeson, who killed it. Brian Tyree Henry, who I love. I just haven't watched Causeway.
No.
Judd Hirsch, who has the most impactful part of The Fabelmans, and he's only in there for maybe 7 or 8 minutes, but kills it. Barry Keoghan for Banshees, who nails that role in the time that he's allowed. And then the favorite so far, who's dominated every other award show leading up to Oscars, Ke Huy Quan.
So it can't be him.
That's what I'm thinking. But
Can't be him. I reckon it's between Barry and it's between Gleason.
I wouldn't be mad. That's why I'm saying these thespians, all of them just nailed it. I don't know about Brian Tyree Henry, but that's just me.
It must be good.
Yeah, has to be because Jennifer Lawrence didn't get nominated, and she was right on the Oscars balls. You know what I mean? Original screenplay, all those nominees from prior just bleed right through the rest of these numbers. Adapted screenplay, Top Gun Maverick as an adapted screenplay is wild.
That is weird.
Adapted from what?
From Cruise's brain. Cruise's life that he's living. The secret life that he just disappears.
So I was off with the Admiral's daughter. We stuck into an F-14. And also Glass Onion and Knives Out Mystery, which, I don't know, adapted in this context feels like if you had an original movie and then adapted the sequel.
Yeah.
Which is wild. I haven't got best scores or best supporting actress, but Jamie Lee Curtis is nominated. And
best supporting actress Angela Bassett for Black P, Hong Chow for The Whale, Kerry Condon, who supposedly is really good in Banshees,
nailed it.
Lee Curtis and Stephanie Sue for Everything Everywhere.
Fingered.
Yeah.
All those nominees are fire. Kerry Condon is my pick.
I think the best supporting is harder than the best actress or best actor this year.
I think so too.
To choose between.
Snob. Black P.
For best score, yeah, he did.
Yeah.
So All Quiet on the Western Front, Babylon, Banshees, Everything Everywhere, and The Fabelmans.
Okay. to John Williams coming home with the 27th Oscar win.
John Williams.
John Williams, everyone.
Funny
Well, we
enough,
know that. What's that?
funny enough, the Fableman score by Williams is the most un-Williams-like score that I've heard from him.
That's what I've heard. I've heard that it's very different to
Yeah.
whatever he's done before.
Hmm.
But we know that What's His Face is going to win, though. Yeah, best original screenplay. McDonough.
Has to.
Yeah.
I think for what you get on screen, the story he tells, the simplicity that he kind of brings, like he kills it. It's pound for pound the best screenplay that year.
Mm.
Colin Farrell was talking about it because McDonough had wanted to do this movie 10 years ago already.
Yeah.
And on the set of In Bruges, he told him about the story already. And Farrell was like, "Why are you telling me about this?" And he was like, "But I'm telling you because I want you to do this." And 10 years later, he gets the script and he's like, calls him up and he's like, "Maybe what else to do this because I don't know if I could do, I don't know if you should get me to do this movie."
Yeah, because it's me.
Yeah.
Like,
I still haven't watched it. I need to watch it.
Same.
it's worth watching. It's worth checking out. Checking out. Oh, show. Those are the Oscar nominees for 2023. Yeah. I think, yeah, it's
You cut out. You back?
Also the ones that you'd kind of expect.
Yeah.
Yeah. I found it weird that there was no Will Smith for Emancipation. I understand why, but still, like just a nomination or something. That was really good work. There was no mention at all of anyone from the crew or anything for that movie.
Badly.
Yeah.
Just blacklisted.
Like they blacklisted the whole movie. For I can understand blacklisting Will, but don't blacklist the whole fucking movie.
It's kind of what happens. I would not be surprised. And I think that's also the reason why Fuqua gets like, hey, Michael Jackson biopic. You know what I mean? Like, I gift this to thee.
Yeah.
As it fucking should be. Fuqua motherfuckers.
Fuqua's been working since 97 or something when bloody Replacement Killers came out, man.
Yeah.
He's been putting it together since.
That's right.
Like 97 Replacement Killers comes out, 2001, I think What's His Face comes out. Training Day. Like, how do you make that jump? That jump is amazing.
It's a huge job.
I'm staying with Warner still, but I'm gonna do this movie, the next movie. It seems like the only movie that Denzel's ever done with Warner. And he Fallen before then, sorry. Apologies. Yeah. And I get to do it with Denzel. And off the back of my movie, he wins his best actor. So now I get to work with him whenever I want to.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Dude never really stopped as well. Like he takes like time to do his movies.
Yeah. He's calculated. All right. So, fellas, what do we think of the old Last of Us episode 2 there?
Fire.
Yep.
So this episode's opened with something we haven't seen before in the game. So we got to see how other countries actually handled the outbreak. Right. So it opens up in Jakarta. You might remember that they're asking about Jakarta because they hear a news report in the very first episode about Jakarta and like some outbreak that's breaking out. You see this. Jakarta's in Indonesia, by the way, people. Just putting it out there. See this lady sitting down eating her lunch, some fire lunch in some bloody hawker place in Indo. I was jealous. I got real hungry. the military comes into this this it looks like a cafe sort of restaurant place, and they ask her what her name is, and she says, "Yeah, that's me." Um, they escort her out of there. They chuck her in a car, and she basically asks, "Have I done anything wrong?" And they're like, "No, no, no, it's not nothing like that. We need you to, look at something for us." All right, cool. Goes into the lab. Um, they get her to look through this microscope at the sample of blood, and she's like, "Yeah, it's." She looks through it. Basically, the guy tells him to stop fucking around and get to it in his own way. Looks through the microscope, comes back. Yeah, it's cordyceps infection. And she was like, and they're like, "Yeah, but this isn't a human." And she's like, "No, that doesn't make sense. We can't get over 94%, 94 degrees or whatever it is." They're like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Where did you get the sample from?" They say on the ankle or something. They show her where they got the sample from. It's this chick that's obviously dead in the morgue, in their morgue. She has to suit up and everything. And then she starts, examining the body. You see her cut out some of the fungus from this chick's leg. And then you see the fronds come out of her mouth. She runs out, gets scared. The guy's like, the military guy's like, "Look, we have to find a vaccine." And she's like, "There is no vaccine." He's like, "So what do we do?" That military guy says. And she's like, "Bomb. You have to drop bombs on everyone." Mm. It's just so powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we like it's weird because in the Western world we wouldn't think about doing that first, right?
No.
We would try to drag it out as long as we can till we finally give up and say, "Look, there's no way we can do anything," and then we'll start bombing. Third world, now we need to get rid of it quick. We bomb and kill everyone.
That was wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it seems like she understood, like, she's going to be part of that too. Like, she's going to go.
Yeah.
And she's like, I want to be with my family.
Look,
Yeah. That whole start bit, that uneasiness, the not knowing and everything, that was like the first month of COVID.
Yeah.
Remember
100%.
when they were just like, just stay indoors?
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, we found this many cases. Well, what's happening? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
get your supplies, get home, only like, leave your LGA for this, and that. It was just like you were almost like out there operating by yourself. Like
Yeah.
fear. It
There
was
was-
just like scary.
At the start, there was a very small period of time before it finally hit where they were like, look, there's minimal cases, you can still move around. And then it's almost like as soon as they said, nah, we need to like cut this now, everyone was just, I remember being in the office that day and they were like, no, you guys need to just take everything and go. Like, you need to get home. We'll give you a cab charge and everything.
Yeah.
That's wild, man.
Yeah.
It's so wild. I remember I was working this job where I was like unloading these trucks and hearing on the radio and from the guys in the trucks, like, "Do you hear about this thing in China?"
Yeah.
It was like that was the first rumblings of it, and you kind of get that in that first episode, and then to see it, it's like a master move. And this is the Druck, you know what I mean? Neil Druckmann's coming into this. The first thing that the first film that he's kind of directed, or TV that he's directed, and he nailed it.
Yeah.
He knows how to tell a story, man.
Yeah.
Like most of these game guys do, which is why I don't understand why when an adaptation is announced, the creator's not involved.
Yeah.
Like I never ever like think it like I always think like it's a missed opportunity because they know so much more. He'd be able to tell you what that character ate for breakfast the day before. Like he'd be able to tell you.
Yeah.
It's not so much what you see them do, it's the other stuff.
Well, he even said, "Hey, we came up with and shot a backstory for Tess."
Hmm.
And the backstory was that Tess was holed up in Michigan, which you find out Tess is from in this episode,
Yeah.
and she had to kill
Yeah.
the husband, but then she couldn't kill the son, so she just locked him in the basement where he's like a clicker 20
Hmm.
years later.
Yeah.
And then she kind of just left. But apparently they shot it, they just don't include it.
Hmm.
Tess is the MVP of this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't know when they do it.
Mm.
And I was very surprised that they did it so early.
Mm.
Same.
So basically this episode tracks them. So the last episode ended with them looking up at two buildings crashed into each other. This episode, they basically had to get through that building. Now, between them and those buildings is Clicker City. So it's just a whole bunch of them basically just laying down because there's nothing to eat. There's nothing to do. They just lay down and twitch and work in a wave. It's weird.
Yeah.
Right. So they need to make it through that building so they can get through to the to meet the Fireflies at the what
It's
building is that?
the state house or the Capitol
House.
State House or
The
whatever.
Capitol, yeah, the Capitol House. Right. Yeah. So they make it through the buildings and everything and across rooftops and everything. It's the long way. Yeah, we find out that if you disturb the mushroom pods, it sends out a message, almost like radar, to every clicker within the network, basically, because every one of them is networked to the cordyceps that grow on the floor as well as to them, so they know when someone's there moving around in the area.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we finally do
Part. I was just cut out there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was a cool expansion to the lore. Them
like
adding that, because it was just another layer of danger.
So that was just it's not like, just to stay quiet. The fact is you can't just step on this shit because you're just calling them.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah,
like another thing that I wish, is another thing that's not explained in the game that we got to see. Yep. So they go into this museum, which is the short way, supposedly. And we get to see their first encounters with clickers. Right. And it is amazing. The tension, they ratchet up the tension to 10 in this scene. Like it's amazing because they all need to stay quiet. There's two clickers in the room with them, hunting, listening, waiting for them to move, just listening for footsteps and all that sort of stuff. The portrayal of the clickers was exactly like the game.
Yeah.
It was so cool. They look like them, they act like them, they move like them, they sound like them. It's beautiful.
They're practical too.
Yep, all practical effects.
What do you call it? I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting a jump scare when when shit does like go off. And then there's that one point where you see Joel hiding behind that glass cabinet, and it pans over from the left and you see the clicker coming up, and it looks like Joel's gonna take the turn and the clicker's gonna be right in his face. But you see him flash the light on this guy and you see him just there, and then you see him start like moving around the other way. But I thought it was gonna be one of those like it jumps at him type moments.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was really, really cool, that part. The way that they kind of started it slow and then it just kind of exploded after that. It was like, go loud, do what you have to do to survive. And then it still like went back into the silent part. It's almost like the game in that way, when if you fuck up and and then you kind of like get stealth again.
Yeah.
Throw a bottle.
No. You take it seriously to Howard.
Let me just chuck on listening mode here, mate.
Oh man, they nailed the lighting in this episode.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Like even when it starts in that little building where Ellie's sleeping and she's sleeping on that patch of grass, but just that lighting there felt exactly like the lighting in the game.
Yeah.
And when
Yeah.
they step outside and they see Boston just ravaged
Mm.
by like nature reclaiming the buildings and stuff like that, it's crazy.
Someone was talking about the show. Tim Pool was talking about the show. Now, supposedly, this is how Einstein said that we will die. Right. So Einstein said, "I don't know what weapons they'll have in World War II, but I know that in World War III, we'll be fighting it with sticks and arrows." Yeah, because of the nuclear option and all that sort of stuff, right?
Mhm.
Now, if population drops the way it's been dropping in the world, this is what will happen, right? Because there's no new people being born. There's no one to sort of take over from the older people. Once the older people die, all those skills are lost. We go essentially back to the Dark Ages and all that sort of stuff. Whole swaths of the city will get overgrown because there's no one to take care of those cities. There's not enough police to police those parts of the cities, so you'll get a whole lot of population decrease from there as well. That's how our race dies. That's how it could happen.
Yeah.
He was saying like this is the best sort of representation of what would happen if populations were to drop to extreme lows. Yeah.
And you just neglected parts of the city upkeep and shit
Yeah.
like that. I
And then-
loved seeing the like the glasses and tables covered in moss and like the vines and shit like that. That was really, really cool.
Yeah.
The earth would just claim those areas back there. It's
Yeah.
waiting until we see it every day when we see a cracked piece of pavement or something like that. That our earth is strong. It just wants it back. Like, give me it back.
And at the same time, like we create these hubs. It's just like infectious disease just running rampant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh.
Pretty cool. Good example too is that place up the road from us that got thingy. They tore it down, and you can see everything grown back already.
Yeah. And it's fast. It'll happen within a year. Like, it's so weird, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they make it through that house. They make it down into the streets, into the where they're supposed to meet the Fireflies. We get to see them waiting at the truck, and nobody seems to be coming out of the trucks. Joel forges forward, gun drawn, checks the trucks, finds blood in the trucks. Goes on the other side, looks through the other trucks. There's all blood within there as well. Right, so they start scanning the ground. They follow the blood trail inside to the state house. They find the Fireflies that were supposed to have picked up Ellie, shot to shit, all inside of the house. Weapons are there. Everything that was, promised to them was there. Everything, weapons, grenades, whatever they wanted. Obviously, trucks too, Fedra trucks. You find out that one of them was infected, started to turn, and then they all just turned on each other. Right? While they're having this conversation, Joel is trying to offload Ellie. Obviously, he doesn't want to take care of a child, especially a girl right now, because of his loss. What's his face is not having it. Tess isn't having it. She wants to get Ellie to, the doctors so that, They can have some form of normalism and get rid of this virus once and for all. You then find out why. It's because Tess is being bitten. She's infected. It's bad.
Yeah, man. I forgot that from the game. I forgot that that's the reason that she died, was because she was going to turn into a clicker anyways.
Yeah.
So I was like, at that point, I was like, oh, wait, shit. She does get bitten.
Yeah.
That's what makes that choice so much easier for her. Not that it'd be easy, but how she goes out in this compared to the game, I thought this was more impactful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. What do you call it? When you see the spores come up out of the ground and go through that one fingernail, I was just gripping my hands. I hate fingernail stuff, man.
Same.
But
like
that
me
was
with eyes.
Yeah.
But it's cool to see that communication, and as well as that, when you can, when they all burst through those doors and they're running past Tess, and you start to have that moment of, hey, do they know? They must have some kind of knowledge that she's infected, and then they stop and they look at her, and then you see that one come up to her.
There's always the O's lighter doesn't work, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
that's one of the things I would have checked before I left. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fill it
I
up
would have
with
just taken
Zippo
a
before I
fucking
leave.
grenade. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I, in fact, would have taken the grenade, but it's very smart because the grenade does not create a flash.
True. It's true.
Yeah. So having all the petrol on the floor would have done nothing.
But also, if that petrol hadn't, if it had laid there and there was no fumes, it wouldn't have lit either.
Nah. Would have been Dunstan.
The other thing that I didn't like in the episode was, why wasn't Joel landing those headshots?
Mate.
He had that 1-0 dead to rights. Even I was like if I had the controller in my hand, I would be like, aim up, mate. Stop fucking around with these chest shots.
Yeah. Man, this I didn't think. Well, I'm excited for more to come, and I'm still on that this is gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
But every episode has been so consistent, and I think that's the thing that I'm loving the most about this is the consistency, and on top of that, the tonal consistency going through it too.
Yeah.
This is beautiful.
I'm loving the surprises that we get.
Yeah.
this wasn't part of the game.
Yeah. Scandal.
That's what I watch
Pour
for
that
now,
tea.
Jeez. That's what I watch for. I watch for those little those openings. I hope to have a new opening every week.
Yeah.
That's set back before. But I watch for those little things that aren't in the game.
Yeah.
That excites me the most. I was hoping he was going to put his bag down. When him and Ellie were there by the glass cabinet before he steps on glass. Did he step on glass or did she step on glass? One of them steps on glass. I thought he was going to pull out the shank and shank the what's his face. I was like, come on, man, just shank him. Shank him, David. Shank him.
Press triangle.
I know.
Waste the shiv, goddamn.
I always just do that though. I don't care. I don't care about opening up the door. I'm shanking bloody clickers. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I know.
And the other guys, the human guys, I'm sneaking up behind you and I'm choking you out.
What do you call it? And it got even more just I don't give a fuck about my resources when you got the one where you could use 2 shivs one shiv twice.
Yeah. That's what I'd level up first.
Straight up.
By the end of this episode, Ellie knows this shit is real now.
Yeah.
There's no games, no more playing around.
Yeah.
You in the real world now.
Yeah.
Real for you now.
I was just about to say. But yeah.
You best believe in ghost stories.
Miss Ramsey.
I know.
You're in one. That was fire. I like that realization that the last shot was what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
But you really, well, she really gets a sense now of she's not safe. She lived at Fedra before. She was fed 3 hots in a cot. She lived with Marlene, where she was getting food, chicken, mind you.
Yeah,
I don't know where they found chickens, but still.
rats.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking it is. Now she's in the real world, and it's like nowhere is safe. Like you are not safe. You can't even walk around. In theory, you wouldn't even be able to go to sleep properly. If those cordyceps are around and you just, I'm going to bed down tonight, and you'd wake up just getting attacked. Like that's it.
It wouldn't be too long either. The way those are running,
I know.
And
it's
I
like
would
Carl Lewis.
It's Usain up in there, man.
if I had no idea of what a clicker was, I'd be dead in my sleep because I snore in my sleep too, and they would find me straight away and just be
Yeah, man. I can't wait. I think this next episode that's coming up is going to be a bit longer. I think they said.
Yeah.
Because
80-minute one, isn't it?
Yeah, you said the next 2 are like 76 minutes or something?
Yeah, I think this next one should be we get to see the backstory of Bill and his partner,
Frank.
Yeah.
Yeah. This will be a lot of new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This will be like you go.
Oh.
Sorry, Doug.
No.
No. I was gonna say this is gonna be cool because I've been hearing really like positive things about Nick Offerman. Apparently he puts like a mad performance in on this.
Yeah, Hoffman's supposed to be firing this, but this section of the game is really cool because we get so Bill was actually hoarding and pushing like the clickers and the infected to where he needed them to go so that he could go into those other sections, and he'd always set traps and all that sort of stuff, and and the character's cool, so I like it. And Joel will get his shotgun, which is that's how I cruised around like everywhere. Just one legs were coming off, everything was crazy.
Yeah. As soon as you get the toolie, it's over though.
Yeah, man, it's finished. Like even in that end bit, in the end bit, how he they give you the assault rifle.
Yeah.
Straight shotgun for me, my friends. You put him down in one shot. You get close enough, you put him down in one shot, or you can just like hit him with a brick or something.
Dancing.
Really wasn't that concrete jungle.
I hate that the newest episode for us only came out 3 days ago.
Yeah.
And I thought today was Sunday, and I'm going to get an episode tomorrow, but it's not tomorrow. It's actually Friday here in Australia. And a few more days, mate. A few more days.
Yeah. It's only when a show is done this well that you can go, I want the next episode, even though you know the story beats.
Yeah.
This is what I mean when Oz is like, I don't give a fuck about spoilers. Spoil away. You know what I mean? But like the way that it's executed is all the difference.
Yeah. I'm just liking it, man. I'm liking it so much.
Yeah.
2 out of 3. If that Bill and Frank episode is trash.
I don't think it's going to be like a whole episode about them, though. You know what I mean? So it's more than likely going to be like 20 minutes, and then like, okay, cool. Then we get into it.
Maybe this will be their new intro for episode 3. Will be Bill and Frank.
Because remember, episode 4 should, in theory, open up with them driving through that city, and then by those cannibals.
That's wild.
So that's going to be a wild episode.
I'm wondering.
Joel gets down in that one.
Yeah.
That's the fridge glass.
It?
What do you call
Joel
it?
gets down. So.
Do you reckon at the end of that 4th episode, that's when he cops the rebar through the side, and then the snow hits?
Say so. Yeah.
Far out.
Sounds about right. But before that, I think they also do Ellie and her friend episode.
Is
Yeah.
too, yeah.
I thought we were going to get it in this one when she started talking about it as well.
Yeah, same.
Then they just never did. I was like, all right, keep your secrets.
Oh man! All right. Well, let's not jump too far ahead for the people that haven't played the game. Know what I mean?
Do you know the sales went up in the UK 248%?
All right.
It's like everyone went through and was like, I need a PS5 and I need the Last of Us one now.
We also have God of War Saber Champion.
Yeah, righto, mate. Move it.
Maybe for after, mate. But
Far out. I wonder if there's an older like contingency of adults out there who have bought a PS5 now, like 40 to 50.
I hope so.
I hope so as well.
I hope
People need to discover.
Yeah. I hope there's 65-year-olds discovering PlayStations and all that sort of stuff because of The Last of Us. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
Because in turn, those 65-year-olds figure out, hey, this has got a 4K Blu-ray player. 4K Blu-rays stuff sort of skyrocketing and becoming cheaper and all that sort of stuff. Like that's what I want.
That's also true.
Yeah. This might just be the
You'd
push
hope
that
so.
we need for the older generation to really understand the nuances of video games and how it can be a positive experience.
I think that's what they're seeing right now.
Yeah.
So everyone that was going to buy that game already bought it
Yeah.
or had played it already. These 65-year-olds are coming through, like the boomers are coming through, like, what is this video games and how do I
This doohickey right here?
Yeah.
You know, there's that poor bastard.
control her? Oh man, you know there's some bastard, some guy that's still playing it like connected. He doesn't know that the controller's wireless and he's no,
Right.
You know, there's that poor bastard as well that bought an Xbox and then Last of Us.
But why doesn't it work?
He's got it in his RCA adapter.
Oh, man. Not
Playing
really.
it in
Some of those
4x3.
Some of those boomers are the ones that are able to buy like the higher end things. So they would have the 4K TV and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
They just wouldn't have, say, a PlayStation
true.
because they had kids too early and their kids are out of the house now and all that sort of stuff.
You know, it's wild. It's I bought this for my kids, but now I'm buying it for myself.
Yeah. And now you're going to have all those crazy PSN names where it's legit just their full name. It's like, who's Jasper Morgan 403?
I know. Every one of them is going to have Joel is king or something.
And the profile picture is going to be those fucked up profile pictures that they first take,
Mhm.
where it's
Badly
nose to
the forehead of
forehead.
security.
Yeah. You know what my PSN profile picture is? Like when you're close friends with me, it changes from the Kratos into this picture of this guy dressed as Batman kicking this child in the face.
I've seen that.
Oh man.
That's
Forever stays, never changes.
wild. All right. It's another episode of Last of Us done. I'm getting like a little antsy. There's nothing to watch for Sunday's episode.
What? No. That You People or whatever it is
That drops tomorrow.
comes out on Friday. Yes.
Then we'll be back with that.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
watch that simply because it's got Eddie in there and it's rated R, so Eddie can swear and
Yeah.
do all the things that Eddie does, and Eddie's playing a Muslim in there, so you know it's gonna be some next level stuff.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Mm.
Can't wait. Man. All right. That is a wrap on this episode. Catch us on all social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. Check out our website, SmokeAndMirrorsPodcast.com. Drop us a review on Apple or Good Pods, wherever you like to review and pod. And yeah, we'll catch you on Sunday for another new episode. Love yourself and love movies.
Vape more, smoke less, and wash